Hi, scrappy friends. Welcome to the SpiegelMom Scraps YouTube channel. Today, we are starting our new week of inspiration, and we are going to have birthday theme layouts and projects for you. So make sure you head over to the blog so you can check out the blog team and what they're creating for birthday week, and also the other ladies who are sharing stuff this week. So I am really bad about scrapping birthdays. I don't know what it is about birthdays that I just am not a big fan of scrapping, but I just don't usually do it. Maybe because, especially being in the military, there are some years where birthdays are a big thing, and then some years where birthdays just really aren't all that big, and it's just our family. And because we don't live near any family, we really don't do a whole lot of birthday parties, which is fine because they cost a ton of money. But anyway, I think part of the reason why I don't care for birthdays is half the time the pictures look really chaotic, and really the lighting's bad because you take them while they're singing and all that stuff. But anyway, that's all besides the point. Those are just excuses, right? I should still be doing birthdays because birthdays are fun. Actually, I really should do a layout or a spread talking about how birthdays were for me growing up and how it's so different than from what my kids experience. But anyway, that is not what this layout is about. So let's get to this layout. I am using the cut file that is this week's exclusive cut file. And there is a whole bunch of cut files, and they're all for the different themes of the month. So for the birthday one, we have this cut file that says happy birthday, and it has candles like coming off of it, and it's really, really fun. So I cut it out with this really cool pattern from Basic Gray, and this is an old collection. I don't even know what collection it's from, but I know it's old because it's very tinted, that vintage color, which is fine. And yeah, but it has tons of oranges, and it has a little bit of a blue tealy color, and then some green, and then the purple, and I really love it. I love the purple. So I'm gonna match that purple with the purple from an older Simple Stories Fancy Free, I want to say, though it was from last year. I think it was their girl collection that they did. So super fun and lots of like just cool and hip and fun colors, and the purple just works really, really well. So right now you just see me working on getting this title down. I wish I had had it up just a smidge bit more so you could see it just a little bit better, but I didn't realize sometimes I need to remember to look down or look up at my camera. But once you get going, you're just going, right? I don't know if you guys are like that, but it did take me a little while to get this on, just because I had to glue a lot of it or tape it. And so I wanted to really make sure that I tried to line it up as good as I could. I still didn't get it right, but that's fine. That's always how it works, right? It never comes off. And maybe I should just use like washi tape or something, but I feel like that wouldn't work for me. I would probably rip the paper. See, so this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to match it up, but it all matches up really, really nicely if you get it right. You can't tell on my page. Let's just put it at that. So, but yeah, so I'm just going to work it, and I am going to use some of the flames I'm going to flip around and have purple, and some of them I'm just going to leave them that pattern. But I really like to use patterns for my cut files because you get a whole different look than if you just do it in white. Now, white is really nice because you can, or a colored cardstock, because you can definitely do whatever you want and it's going to match with whatever papers. But this is just so much fun. And especially with a really, really, really crazy busy pattern like this, you get like this pop of color against, that white, and it really just looks awesome. So if you guys haven't tried to cut your files with a pattern, take those busy patterns that you really can't stand and cut them out with stuff, and I guarantee that it will look so much better. Because I think that's why that paper has been sitting in my stash for so long, is because it's really crazy and busy, and what am I gonna do with it? I mean, besides the purple part, I don't know if I would have used that busy pattern. But it's super fun and crazy. And this layout is going to be about my dog because just this past June, our dog turned 1. And so I thought that it was just fitting, since I hadn't done anything about her birthday, that it would be good to make a layout. So I am gonna take some 6x6 papers and some scraps. That's kind of what my thought was, is to use some scraps that I have sitting around, and some of the 6x6 pads that are older that I have. I go in spurts with buying 6x6 paper pads. Like, I will buy them and then I won't, and then I'll buy them, and I really try to use them up, but I still have quite a bit of a few ones. I think it's when I bought like a ton all at one time, so I just didn't have a chance to use them all. And I really wanted to use this pattern that it looks almost like a blanket or something, with like these really cool almost Native American geometric type of pattern, and I really wanted to use them, but I just really felt like it competed with that die cut, or that cut file. And so I'm even though I try really hard, I'm gonna end up flipping it around and just using the it's like a burlappy type of pattern, and I just end up using that. And I really like the way that those look kind of overlapped a little bit. It gives it just a little bit of something else, but not so much that it feels like really crazy. And I do add a few layers behind my photo, but I really am trying not to go too crazy, because that cut file is really busy and I don't want to take away from it, because I want it to be one of the main parts of my layout, since this is a layout about a birthday. Yeah. And the cut file, I think, said happy birthday to you or to me or something, and I just cut that part out. So it's super easy to do. I can link a video that I have on my channel on how to uh use PNGs and stuff, and in there I kind of show how you can just take something out of a PNG file, which is what these files are. I really like this Love More, uh, or More Love, and I wasn't sure exactly how to use it, so I'm gonna put it off to the side, but I'm gonna end up picking it back up, because I went through some of my older stickers and just different things that I have. I have a little container basket thing that I use to house a lot of my just embellishments that aren't in a kit or something, or in the collection, and I'll keep them there after, I've used a lot of them, and then I put them in there and I just kind of pick around. I do use those gold alphas, and I use that, and it says I like you and I love you. So this picture is a collage picture that I made around her birthday that has her, and then it has a picture for each month. So, and I know it's kind of hard to see, and I'm not too worried about it, because I know that at some point I'm going to make a layout, like a double page layout with probably those photos or other photos that I've collected that show her as she grows up. But I just wanted one place, and I thought that this was a perfect photo to use for this, to just kind of show like what she looked as a puppy almost. And then if you look on it, you can see to now. But I mean, she's so tiny. She was so tiny when we first got her. She was she had to have been less than 5 pounds, or around 5 pounds maybe. She was so tiny. She fit like right in my lap, like, oh my gosh, she was like the size of my head probably. She was so tiny when we first got her. And well, we got her when she was like 7 weeks, maybe 8 weeks. Because we got her at the end of July and she was born in the middle of June. So here's where I end up using that. And I end up using it with that tag. And I'm going to mess around with that tag again and then let that cupcake. I wasn't sure if I was going to use the cupcake, because I'm not going to lie, that cupcake has a new color in it. It has that dark blue. And it also has some pink. And I know that Celebrating You has pink in it, but I was hoping that maybe, I don't know. I think if anything, those are the only pieces that I feel like don't quite match. But it was really hard to find papers and embellishments that matched that colorful paper, just because I don't have a lot of vintage stuff. And I didn't want it overly vintage looking, if you know what I mean, because I just don't scrap that way very often anymore. And so I didn't really want the whole layout to go in that direction. So I'm really trying hard to find elements that can kind of match together, but don't look like way crazy. So I found these My Mind's Eye like chipboard buttons, and I thought about using the wood. There are some wood ones, but they were they were a little bit too much. So I'm just going to stick with these little Starburst gold pieces, and they're a little bit brighter than than the Tile Alphas, but I'm okay with that. I don't mind that they're a little bit off, because they're not, yeah, it's not that big of a deal. It's just that element of adding just a little bit more gold. And I am going to end up moving that that crown. I like it up there, but I really wanted to be able I really wanted to add this extra cupcake. And I know I could have stuck it on a card or something, but I really wanted to add it in. And so I just decided that having the crown on there would just look a little bit better than just having the crown up. So I did move that up, and I move it around because I'm really like, I didn't want to throw off the balance of the layout. I really had a hard problem, and it was a really simple layout. I think that's why. I was overthinking everything, but I did end up adding that tag right there, and I'm going to put the date there, and then I will journal in that that tag that has the cupcake on it. And then I'm just going to finish off with using the Gone with the Wind sequins, which have some greens and blues and then a red. And I thought the red it's an orangey red, so I thought that it would match really well with that pattern paper. So that's it. Don't forget to come back to our channel and see what the other ladies create this week for birthdays. I look forward to seeing what you guys create as well. And don't forget to head over to the store. I believe there's some stuff that Jody is phasing out, so you want to like the felt stuff. So if you haven't had a chance to see what is in there, you might want to get in there and see. And if you use my code Hannah15, you can get a discount on your order. And I will see you guys later. I hope you have a great scrappy week. Bye!